Starts off with a statement.
Well, definitely a proud day to be a Boilermaker, and you put in a lot of hard work. Your players do, your coaches do, for dreaming about this opportunity. And obviously, a lot of things had to go our way. We understand that, but our guys just competed hard all year long. We tried to learn from our mistakes. Battle and play. Every game's not perfect. Every game goes back and forth, but we found a way to do enough to win. So couldn't be prouder of our team. It's a huge accomplishment. It really means a lot. It just shows you that anybody can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. And when you play in this conference, you want to come to Purdue and put yourself out there and try to make a difference. I think we can try to help you do that. So it's credit to our guys. They have a chip on their shoulder. They play that way. They want to prove themselves. Our coaches will work really hard to help them get there. So, of course, it feels tremendous. It's just a great feeling. And it's been a lot of hard work, and it hasn't been easy, but I couldn't be proud.
Coach, Big Ten West champs. I mean, start media day. This has made it happen for a long time for you to build the program. What does it feel like to you? I mean, top of these.
Well, it's the ultimate. It's the ultimate feeling because, like I said, you dream about it and you hope that it can happen, but it's hard. It's really hard. And, like I said, we had a little luck go our way. We understand that. But you know what? We competed in every game. We got knocked around a couple weeks in a row, but found a way to bounce out of it and just do enough to win. So that's just a sign of a great group of guys that want to make a difference to get to the championship, and now we have a chance to do that.
What do you think, Jeff, when you saw the upset last night about the Nebraska win?
Well, I was probably like you guys. I didn't get to see all the game, but as you look at the score, Nebraska has a really good quarterback and a great receiver. And if the weather was good, I knew they might have a chance to throw the ball on them, and that's what they did early, and that's how they got points. And they got just enough to hang on and win. When you're up 24-0, it's hard to come back from, especially the style of offense our road. But they came close, and that's what Iowa does. They find a way to win. So it was just one of those games where the passing game worked for them, I think, and obviously it was huge for us because it opened up the door for us to take advantage of it. And I think our guys performed well under pressure. There was pressure to, figure out a way to close this thing out, and the first half wasn't pretty. They did a good job on us, mixing things up. We had to come out in the second half, adjust a little bit on offense. Luckily, we got 2 early scores that put us in the driver's seat, and our defense played really hard and got some key stops in critical situations.
What does it mean not just to win the Big Ten West, but to do it in a rivalry game on their field?
Well, I have a lot of respect for Indiana. They compete, they play hard. Coach Allen does a good job, and I knew they were going to play us as hard as they could and give us a great game. So we didn't come ready to play, and they were coming off a big win. This game means a lot to our fans, to our university, and there's a lot of pride in it. So without question, just winning this game alone is a great feeling.
How crucial is Devin with, Mockabee comes in and he's not even due to start the year, and clearly he became the guy. Then he gets taken out last week with the injury, comes back today, and he was a difference maker in the second half.
And that's exactly what it is. He's a difference maker. This is a guy who just wanted to take a chance to prove himself, and we wouldn't be here today without him. He's that valuable player. He's just humble, hardworking. He'll continue to get better. He doesn't need any of the credit. He just wants to go out and compete. We had other running backs that played off of him and played really hard and were ready to go in case he wasn't. So I just think we had a really good group in the room. Coach Barkley does a good job managing that. They played hard, and Devin came through for us. So we wanted to get the ball in his hand in the second half. We wanted to get the ball in Hayden Durham's hand in the second half. We wanted to get the ball a little bit in Charlie's hand in the second half, and then the others feed off of them. And I thought we were able to do that early, and it helped us.
I'll ask Hayden this question, but he was very emotional on the sideline. What do you think this all means to him after the process he's been through, starting as an 8th-string guy and everything else?
Hayden, he's got a lot going on right now. Same thing, but so he's emotional for a lot of reasons. But played really hard. Stepped up to the plate when his teammates needed him. He gives us great effort all year long. Doesn't matter what's going on. He gives us great effort, and I just think it's another great story. So really proud of him and his family. We appreciate everything they've done for us. We're going to be with them every step of the way.
Would you rather not say what's going on?
No,
Hey Jeff, how key was the Dexter Williams injury? How'd that change the game?
well, Dexter played really well last week, and he gives him an extra dimension. He got us on the early option play. He did it last week a lot of times, so we knew that was going to be a problem, and it's unfortunate. I know that he's already been through some injuries, and I know he probably suffered a bad injury. You never want to see that happen. That's awful. So we wish him a speedy recovery. And, we hope that it never happens to anybody, but I hope he gets better quick.
Coach, what do you say to downtown Indianapolis, all the Boiler fans? What's coming up this week?
Well, I'll say to them, how about them Boilers? You know what, we've had great fan support. We had great turnout today at this game, at home, tremendous crowds. They support us. They know that our guys are going to work hard, and I think that's what they like. We're blue collar. We're going to give it everything we have. We're going to play to the end. Hopefully we win. Maybe sometimes we don't, but we're going to come back the next week and try to do it again. And I just think our fans appreciate that. We definitely appreciate them. They've been outstanding. It's a lot of fun to play for not only the fans, but even the student body that shows up in rare form every game, ready to cheer on their football team. So obviously you feel great when you're able to make a lot of people happy.
Jeff, what was the impact of the blocked field goal?
Well, special teams came through today, and we knew we were going to have to gain an edge in all three segments, and that was critical. And I thought we did a good job kicking away from the returner, good job making the tackle, good job on our punt. I mean, it was critical for us to play well on special teams, and they came through for us today. Coach Meslowski has done a good job, works really hard. Our guys play really hard on special teams, so it definitely came through and helped us win.
Down 7-3 at halftime, you come out, you get back-to-back 3-and-outs on defense, back-to-back touchdowns on offense. What was the message at halftime?
Well, we were just going to, continue to battle and reset a little bit and make a few adjustments. I thought on offense we came out and we said, hey, let's try to get to these guys early. We changed some formations up and some splits up just to kind of throw them off a little bit. And I thought that helped us move the ball down the field. And of course, we hit a couple of big plays as well. And it set the tone. Then, of course, when your defense gets stops, then you're really in the driver's seat. So I just think that we didn't panic because it wasn't a pretty first half. It wasn't offensively. They shut us down, and they did a good job mixing things up after our first drive. We'll get settled for a field goal, which was unfortunate. They controlled the ball quite a bit as well, and limited possessions. So we had to adjust. And I just think that's the great thing about our team is we got coaches that are willing to adjust. We're not just going to say this is what we do. We're going to try something else, and our players bought into it and went out there and executed, and it was huge.
Devin and Aiden are both walk-ons. What does it say about them? What does it say about the way you're able to get guys to raise the level of their play?
Well, I think it's a place anybody can come and earn a scholarship and compete at the highest level against great competition. We've had a lot of in-state guys come and do a great job. And Devin Mockabee and Dylan Dowling, Xander Horvath, Aiden O'Connell's from Chicago, right up the street. And they know about Purdue. And they know it's a place that, we'll give them a chance. And, we're going to recruit the best guys we can, but at the same time, it's just like the NFL draft. It doesn't matter where you get drafted. Once you get on the team, it's about proving your worth. And, these guys stepped up to the plate all year long. They continue to improve. They never ask for anything. They never complain. They're just great people. There's a reason that they have success. They do everything right. And I'm sure they both have great families that raised them that way. And they've all helped us win.
Jeff, what's this mean in your 6th year now? First of all, congratulations. You're in your 6th year. What does this mean for the program with all the change that's coming with the divisions and the conference growing? What does this mean for Purdue football?
Well, I think it's a great university. Obviously, President Daniels is, if not one of the best, I think he's the best president in any university. We got Mike Lipinski, who's been our athletic director, that supports all of our coaches as well as anybody. He's there for them every step of the way. And I think they all know that it's going to take work to win. And that's what we got to be willing to do. I got to be willing to family's got to put up with me because I don't like losing, and I'm going to work harder if we don't, and try to do my part at least to help us win. And I'm going to be upset when we don't, and our assistant coaches and players are the same way. And we're just willing to grind the thing out. So to get to the championship game in year 6 is outstanding. It's fantastic. And like I said, it's a credit to all the hard work that's been put in. But, you know, this is a competitive conference. And, obviously, there are a couple of elite teams every year, but, you know, we can continue to work up the ladder, and that's going to be our goal.
Coach, what's your message to Coach Painter, who's obviously watching this, going for a championship on Sunday? What do you have to say to Coach Painter and those guys?
Well, I didn't get to watch the last 2 games, man. I couldn't stay up that late. I wouldn't be able to function. But I'd wake up in the middle of the night because I couldn't sleep. I'd check Twitter, and holy cow, they're playing good. I mean, he's got a young squad, and they're just flat getting it done. He's kind of got the same team, just a bunch of hungry guys that are out to prove themselves. He loves coaching those guys. He's done it for a long time. Their win last night was unbelievable, and I'm sure they're going to be looking forward to playing Duke here. You said tomorrow, is that what it is? So luckily I'll get to watch.
Jeff, you brought Charlie Jones to Purdue to have an impact, and in the biggest game of your season, he had a huge impact. And he's been that way all year, but what's it like in this moment for him to have the impact that you intended to get you the reward you wanted?
Well, we were fortunate. I'm not going to lie. We were lucky. Once again, Charlie's a guy who earned his stripes, starting at Buffalo, working to Iowa, and then he wanted to even improve himself more. And we were fortunate that he had a relationship with Aiden O'Connell. We had an idea he would be a pretty good player, but we didn't know he could do this. You know, we'd seen him return kicks, not catch many balls. But Aiden swore by him once he got in the portal that, hey, we might want to try to add Aiden or Charlie. So we did, and of course, from day one when we saw him, yeah, the guy can play football. I mean, this guy, he's been injured all year long, battled knees, ankles, toes. Some weeks didn't hardly practice at all, but he comes out here and he just makes plays. So I just think he did what he wanted to do. He wanted to come somewhere and prove how good a receiver he is, which he did. Obviously, he helped us get to the championship game, so we're very thankful for the ability and the opportunity to get to work with him this year.
When did you know that Devin was going to be good to go this week?
Well, fortunately, Devin and our doctors did a great job getting him healthy. Probably when his father put the Twitter thing out, I had a good sense that maybe he might be playing. But you never know because he's got to pass protocol. The guys there, he went out here and ran hard. He played hard, so we're fortunate he was able to come back in less than a week after taking the hit.
Hey Jeff, Michigan. What do you know about Michigan? Do you have a shot?
They're really good. I do know that. And then to go into Columbus and win the way they did, which I don't even really know the final score, but I heard they won pretty well. I mean, shoot, they play great defense. They got a running game. Quarterback's athletic and make plays. Obviously, they're in the hunt to win the whole daggone thing, especially if you can go there and win like that. So we'll have more than our hands full. And we're going to just enjoy this for a little bit before we get going on them. And then, once again, as we get towards the end of the week, we'll try to get a little swagger back on and see if we can go out there and give it a shot.
Coach, what did it mean for you and this team to be here and look up in the stands and see all the Purdue fans that traveled here for this game?
Well, it was great. There was a great turnout of black. Actually, it was a good turnout. It was a good crowd, but there was a great turnout of black and gold. And I'm sure when they knew something was on the line, maybe a few more people came. So it just shows the great fans we have and the support they give us. And I think our players want to play well when they see that, and it means a lot to them. So, of course, I'm sure we'll have a great turnout next week, and I know our players will give it their best shot.
Anything else for Coach? All right, thanks, Coach. All players in short.
Coach, next week.